Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss about new trends in businesses. This is Unit 1, Lesson 5. As you all can see in the slide, there are 4 new trends that we are going to discuss today. Globalization, environmental concern, technological advancement, social responsibilities of businesses. So now let's see what is globalization. So, Pute, if someone asks you what is globalization, you should say that it is a process. That it is a process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments worldwide. You all know that there are many countries in the world. So in these countries, there lives many people and there are many companies and governments as well. So there should be an interconnection between these countries. But there's a geographical and cultural distance that is existing between these countries. So this distance have been disappeared mainly because of the communication and transportation methods that we are using. As you all can see in the slide, there are new trends in transportation system and also there are new trends in communication methods as well. So, if we first consider the trends that you can see in transportation, there's growth in air transportation, there's growth in land transportation, and also there's growth in water transportation. You all know that highways are being constructed and the roads are being developed and even the public transportation system is being developed. So because of these reasons, our lives have been much convenient and we'll be able to get connected with the people who are living in the world. Now, if we consider about the trends that we can see in communication, you all know that due to internet has facilitated our lives. Fine. So even during the pandemic situation, we have engaged in our normal day-to-day activities because of internet. You all have joined online classes and you all have learned, you all did exams, you all did lessons, you all did study well using internet. Likewise, most of us, when we stayed at home during pandemic, through internet we engaged in our day-to-day activities, and also we were being connected to other people who are living in other countries and living in other parts of the country. So this is mainly has developed our lives, and this is known as globalization. සිංහලෙන් කිව්වොත් පුතේ globalization කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා? globalization කියන්නේ ගෝලීයකරණයට. ඒක ක්‍රමවේදයක්. මේ ක්‍රමවේදයේ යටතේ මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? ලෝකේ තියෙන රටවල් ඔක්කොම එකට එකතු කරනවා. මුළු ලෝකෙම එක ගම්මානයක්, එක විශ්ව ගම්මානයක් බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා මේ ක්‍රමවේද නිසා. And also, one of the main results of globalization is the establishments of trade blocs and trade agreements. As you can see in the slide, SAARC and the other trade agreements that you can see are the results of globalization. Now let's see the advantages and the disadvantages that you can get because of globalization. If you talk about the advantages first, you all can see the first advantage is expansion of opportunities. You all know that because of the usage of internet and because of globalization, there are so many ways for you to earn a living. Fine. Using social media platforms, you all can earn a living, and not only that, you all can open up your own business in using internet, and there are so many other opportunities that you can get because of this globalization. Fine. There's large opportunities for innovations. You know what that means. There's high opportunities for you to introduce novelties, new inventions. Fine. Third one is growth in direct foreign investments. This is one of the key advantages that you can see in globalization, and you have to keep that in mind. Direct foreign investments. Fourth one is there's an opportunity to consume variety of products for the consumers. You all know that because of internet businesses, we can consume international brands. We can order them online and then we can consume it. You all know that there are various websites like eBay, Amazon, Alibaba, and many. Then last one is expansion in markets. Fine. So that is a benefit for the businessman. So businessmen can conduct their business activities online. So those are the advantages. You have to remember these 5. Expansion of opportunities, large opportunities for innovations, growth in direct foreign investments, opportunity to consume variety of products for the consumers, and expansion in the markets. Now if we discuss about the disadvantages of globalization, y'all can see that there's environmental pollution happening and there's a high competition, because not only with the local businessmen that they are competing, but internationally they try to compete with the international businessmen as well. So there's a high competition. Then impact to national culture, increase interdependency, fluctuations in the financial markets. So these are the disadvantages. Now you know what globalization is and you know the advantages of it and the disadvantages. Now we are moving into environmental concern, which is the second trend that you can see. You all know that some businesses, they don't consider about the protection of environment. What they do is they will concern only about their business activities. This happened in the past, and also in the present, some of the businesses do not consider about protecting the environment. Fine, but there are some new trends that the businesses follow in order to protect the environment. As you can see in the slide, first one is expansion of waste management systems. I will give you all one example. If you go for these supermarkets like Kiehl's and Food City, you all know that they have built these bins outside in order to dump the bottles, plastic bottles of the customers. So this is one such waste management system that they have introduced. Fine. Second one is manufacturing refrigerators without CFC. So this also harms the environment. So now they are manufacturing refrigerators or fridge without CFC. Third one is eliminating materials like polythene and plastic in packaging, which are condemned in green policies. A world famous brand, which is Kiehl's, John Kiehl's, now they have these Kiehl's supermarkets. When they have printed a bag in green, and they have given it to their customers, and whenever the customers carry this green bag with them to buy goods and services, they are being given a discount. So this is one such step that is being taken by that supermarket in order to reduce the usage of plastic bags and packaging and polythene. Fine. Then, as you can see, the fourth point is fixing of newly innovated equipment in new cars to reduce carbon emission from them. Fifth one is the current sustainability trends include reduction of energy consumption. Nowadays, the businesses, they try to reduce the energy consumption as well. The last one is a transition to renewable energy, plant-based diets, net zero initiatives, and water conservation. So now they try their best most of the companies try their best to save the environment by using renewable resources. As you can see in the second picture, they have used solar panels to absorb the sunlight in order to emit electricity, in order to produce electricity. Fine. So these are the new trends that most of the businesses are following in order to protect the environment. Now let's move into the next slide. Technological advancement. In this slide, you all can see that due to this usage of technology, we can improve our business activities. Fine. And also nowadays, most of the businesses, almost like 90% of businesses, they do have websites. Then also they have these social media pages and all to promote their goods and services. Fine. So rapid growth in technologies in computers, telephones, televisions and their communication have subjected production and distribution of goods and services. Okay, nowadays most of the businesses, they do not advertise their products in television, but they do their own advertisements using their own social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, then YouTube. Through these, they try to do a good marketing activity. Okay, and also they have opened up digital online businesses, and they have the ability to sell the product directly to their consumers, and there are no intermediaries. As a result of that, the consumers can directly contact the businessman, and businessman can directly contact the customers. So this is also a very highly used trend these days, especially during pandemic. This became very popular in our country. Even the people who didn't use technology, now they know to use technology, and also now they are taking much use of it. Okay, so technological advancement is a very important one, and there are advantages and disadvantages of technological advancements. First, let's see what the advantages are. It's easier, faster and more effective communication, better, more efficient manufacturing techniques. Now, not only to sell the products, but also for the manufacturing process, the producers use this technological advancement. When they use technological advancement in manufacturing goods and services, they will be able to cut off the labor cost. Fine. So at the beginning, there will be a cost to initiate it, but the maintenance cost will be low. The other කාලේ පුතේ ගොඩක් businessmanලා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ goods and services produce කරන්න මේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක පාවිච්චි කරනවා. මේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක බඩු භාණ්ඩ විකුණන්න විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඒනට භාණ්ඩ නිපදවන්නත් පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා. මේ භාණ්ඩ නිපදවීමේදී ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකට මේගොල්ලන් මේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒකට ප්‍රධාන හේතුව තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ලේබර් කොස්ට් එක එතකොට කපා ගන්න පුළුවන්, අඩු කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. පළවෙනියටම ගත්තොත් මේ දැන් අලුතෙන් දැන් මැෂින්ස්, රොබෝට්ස්ලා හැම දාද්දී පළවෙනි පියවරවල් වලදී ඒක ගොඩක් ගාණක් යනවා. ඒ වුණාට ඒක නඩත්තු වියදම අඩුයි. නේද? ඉතින් ඒක තමයි මේ ටෙක්නොලොජිකල් ඇඩ්වාන්ස්මන්ට් එක වාසියක් විදිහට සලකන්නේ. Third one is more effective marketing and promotion and new sales avenues. You all know it's very effective when it comes to marketing. You can do your own marketing and you can also promote well. You all know that nowadays using YouTube, they do a lot of marketing activities. You all know Gehan Blog, Ratta, and all these popular people who are in social media, they do a lot of marketing activities. Fourth one is more efficient stock management and ordering systems. Nowadays, you don't want to just record all these things in books. You all can use this technology and you can create your own stock management and you can create your own ordering systems as well. Last one is the ability to develop new innovative approaches and less wastages. Fine. So that is the last advantage of technological advancement. So keep them in mind. Then if we talk about the disadvantages, first one is increase dependency on technology. Now what do? Our lives are highly depending on technology. Even when the teacher asks you to write an essay, you all will Google it and then you all will find facts and you will copy it out, right? So up to that extent, we are depending on technology. Second one, often large cost involved with using the latest technology. Y'all, as I said earlier, for the manufacturing or for the production process, we use new technology. So the initiating cost is very high. So this is sometimes it is unaffordable for the small businesses. Fine, so this is a disadvantage. Third one is increased risk of job cuts. That is, when people use technology for the production of goods and services, the laborers are not needed. Fine, so there's a risk of job cuts. Fourth one is closure of high street stores in favor of online businesses. That means, Pute, nowadays there are a lot of online businesses which is happening all around the world. So what customers do is they will directly go use by using the websites, they will directly purchase those goods and services because of the convenience. But what will happen for these street stores? There will be lesser demand for their products, their goods and services. So that is a disadvantage for these businesses. Then also the most important one that you have to keep in mind is the security risk in relation to data and fraud. Many people can engage in fraud activities when it comes to the usage of technology. So you have to keep in mind the advantages and disadvantages of technology advancement. We'll be moving into this, that is social responsibilities of a business. You all know that there are many parties who are depending on the businesses. Fine, the general public, shareholders, consumers, environment, local community, government, workers, all these people are depending on your business. So there's a set of responsibilities that you should do towards these people. Fine, so why should we do that? There are set of advantages or there are set of benefits that businesses will get by doing social responsibilities. They can improve their public image, and also without marketing, without advertising, they can increase brand awareness and recognition by doing social responsibilities, and also they can increase the customer engagement, and this becomes an advantage over the competitors. So these are the advantages of doing social responsibilities. Okay, then division of labor. I didn't add this under the first page because this is somewhat old trend. This is somewhat old trend which is being followed by the businesses. Division of labor means, Putte, you're dividing the activities or dividing the job among many people when it comes to the production process. So as you can see in the slide, instead of doing all the production process of a particular good or service, production process is divided into different stages with specialized responsible persons to each stage is known as division of labor. Okay, so this is known as division of labor. Division of labor means you are dividing the job or the production process into stages, and then you're giving responsibilities for different workers to complete the production of goods and services. Now let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages of division of labor. As you can see in the slide, the first advantage is time saving, then increasing in productivity, it's efficient, impact to enhance employee skill, opportunity for innovations. So these are the advantages of division of labor. Then disadvantages of division of labor. Demotivation. That is when someone is doing the same thing over and over again for several years, what will happen? They will be demotivated. Then low interpersonal skills. That is, they do not know, the workers do not know to behave with other people, because and also they will be isolated. Absenteeism can impact the whole process. That is, if someone gets absent, if one stage gets absent, that can affect for the whole process, and the production process will not be a successful one. Increase employee turnover. The last one is boredom of job role. When someone is doing the same thing over and over again, they will be bored. So those are the advantages and disadvantages of division of labor. Keeping that in mind, we'll be moving into this. But before that, let me remind you what we did up until now. We discussed about 4 trends in businesses, that is globalization, environmental concern, technological advancement, social responsibilities of a business. And apart from that, we discussed about division of labor. Okay, now we are going to compare the business practices which has happened in the past, and now what type of business practices are happening in the present. Okay, so in the past, the business practices were based on the product, but now the business practices are based on the customers. Also in the past, they are highly concerned about financial aspects, but now they are concerning about marketing aspects. Why? If they only concern about financial aspects, then what will happen? They won't be thinking about the long-term future. They are just concerned about now, the present, how they are going to earn profits, how they are going to earn the finance. But now at the present, the businesses are highly concerning about the marketing aspects. That is mainly because in order to attract the consumers. Okay. Third one is aim is profitable transactions. Present, aim is long-term customer satisfaction and value. Why is that? Now they know that if they can capture the customer and if they can give a long-term customer satisfaction, they'll be able to earn profits for a long term. Okay. So that is why most of the milk packet advertisements are being advertised, and there are many advertisements running on noodles and all. That is in order to capture the customers. Okay. Then only marketers were involved in marketing activities. But now all employees involved in marketing activities. That is because anyone who is very creative can come up with an idea, and then they can market the product. Then, in the past, they gave more promises and less satisfaction, but nowadays they are giving less promises and more satisfaction. Okay. In the past, they also tried to catch the customers, but now they are trying to retain the customers, because they know that if they can retain the customers, they will be able to run the business for a long time. So these are the business practices that you can see in the past and in the present. Okay, now I want you all to do one thing. Either get a pen and a paper near you, or just remind what you have done for 10 seconds. And then we are going to discuss some questions. When I read questions, you all recall what you have done and try to answer it, and then move to the next question. If you can answer all the questions, then you're very good. You have learned well. But if you can't, then watch the video again or read the book again and then try to answer the questions. Okay, keeping that in mind, I'm giving you 10 seconds to think what you have done. You have studied the new trends in businesses. You discussed 4 new trends: globalization, technological advancement, environmental concern, social responsibilities of businesses. We spoke about the advantages and disadvantages of each. Then we spoke what is division of labor. And finally, we compared the business practices in the past and in the present. Okay, so I hope you remember them. And now let's see what the first question is. Question number 1. What are the new trends followed by the businesses? Question number 2. What is globalization? Question number 3. What are the advantages and disadvantages of globalization? Question number 4. Why do businesses need to concern about the environment? Question number 5. What are the new trends followed to protect the environment by businesses? Question number 6. What are the new technological methods used in businesses? Question number 7. For whom should the business do social responsibilities? Question number 8. What are the advantages of doing social responsibilities? Name 5. You have learned 5. Question number 9. What is division of labor? Question number 10. Name 5 advantages and 5 disadvantages of division of labor. Question number 11. Compare how business practices were being carried out in the past and in the present by using 5 ways. I hope you all understood the lesson well, and if you all didn't get all correct, then you all watch the video again. Okay, Putte, thank you very much for joining with me. Take care. Bye.